guys, it's Helena from Crave Artisan Soaps, and today I'm going to be cutting 4 soaps that I made yesterday. I was pretty busy yesterday. They are mini loaves, but I did still do 4 nonetheless. I haven't been keeping up with my videos or anything like I should have been doing. I haven't really been keeping up with anything. Hence the fact why I had to do 4 soaps yesterday, back to back to back to back. And I was supposed to be, keeping up with that and everything, and I haven't been able to. I don't know if you can see this growth thing that I got going on here, but we are expecting baby number 2. So, you guys know how tired you can get and everything. I just haven't been motivated to do the things that I wanted to do, that I needed to do, let alone the things that I wanted to do. So I haven't really done any videos, challenges, or anything like I had wanted to do. It was actually causing me a lot of stress because I felt like it was a project and I had a deadline every month, and my husband, I definitely had Prego brain because my husband definitely had to talk some sense into me and be like, listen, it's something that you chose to do, so just choose not to do it. So, wow, these are pretty hard. I did a water discount on all 4 of these, and I did also cold process, oven process these, because I need these for next week's market. I'm really low, and so I discounted the water a bit. This is my naked soap. It's just that, it's naked. Wow, it's really hard. Guess I should have cut these yesterday. It doesn't have any additives or colors or fragrances or anything like that. Wow. Well, now I know when I do a water discount to cut them sooner. So, there's that. I do see, I don't know if you guys can see that. Oops, sorry. You see that? Definitely obviously isn't fragrance. It's oil, because this one doesn't have any fragrances in it. So that's very interesting. Let me put this here. These, and here too. That's weird. These, what was I going to say? Oh, they cracked on top. I did do a design and I accidentally waited too long. It was too thick. So when I did the little design on top, it came out, like cracks, which I still think is kind of cool, but it actually still cracked on top. So, and I found out that everything, I had never come across this before. Every time I read anything about soaps cracking, it says that it's overheating, but it obviously isn't always because of overheating, because these soaps I actually cold processed, oven processed, and they get hotter than a normal soap that overheats, because they were cracking. I took my little handy dandy infrared temperature tool, and I took the temperature of the first 3 soaps, and the hottest one was at 132. And I oven process at 170, so, and my soaps never crack. So I think it was because of uneven heating, because the first 3 soaps that I did, I let them sit while I did, I let each soap sit while I did the subsequent soap so I could put them all in the oven at the same time. And I think that's what caused the cracking, was the uneven heating, not necessarily overheating. So my next soap, this next soap is one of my man soaps. It's called the Water Boy, and I completely changed up the colors and design, so I really don't know how this one is going to turn out. Let me get this here. I tried to, this one, the original design is, the normal design is a spoon swirl. It looks cool, but I never was really happy with it. It was a spoon swirl with different shades of blue and white in it. And since I wanted to change up the design, and also I was oven processing, and this is a goat's milk soap, so white does not stay white, it turns brown. I'm like, I can't have white in it. There you go. I'm like, I can't have white in it, so I took the white out and I did it blue and yellow, but the yellow started to thicken up on me faster than the blue because I had to mix it more. So I'm not sure if the design that I was going for worked out. Oh, this smells so good. This is one of my favorite. It's a dupe of Acqua di Gio. Now, the problem with two of my soaps, this one and the next one that I will cut, I don't know if you can see. You see those little... Let's see if my camera's going to focus. I have to use my phone. Get the shadow out of the way. I have to use my phone because my camera had no battery in it. You see those little crystals? I don't know what that is. I have to make sure and I have to test this soap out really well because I'm not sure if those are lye crystals or if that is stearic acid because I prepared the oils the night before. And so I did soap at room temp, and even with the goat's milk and lye solution, so I'm not sure. There were some bits of stearic acid at the bottom of the oils, which I did not scoop into the soap, I just let them sit. And so I'm not sure if that is lye or if it's stearic acid. So I'm definitely going to have to... Hold on one second. I'm definitely going to have to test this soap out and the next one really well to make sure those aren't actual bits of lye. So we definitely don't want that. And I really don't feel like rebatching because I do need these soaps for the market, and I don't have time to rebatch. Yeah, it didn't really turn out exactly like I wanted, but I guess it's kind of the concept. I wanted it to be blue layer on bottom, blue layer on top, and in the middle to be a swirl of yellow and blue. I guess it kind of turned out that way. But the yellow was thickening up on me, so the blue hadn't set yet. I don't even know if I'm in the shot. It's not focusing. The blue hadn't set yet, so the yellow was, when it was so thick, it was too heavy and it was going into the bottom layer. But it still looks cool. My man soaps are always my best sellers. They always sell really well. And yes, I do have women that buy it for them. Not to buy it for their husbands, they literally buy it for themselves. And then you get those occasional people that just buy the soaps for decoration, for scent. To scent up their bathrooms. Alright. Alright, so on to the next one. This next one I'm really curious to see what it looks like because as I was pouring it, it definitely looked like the exact same design as I had for another soap. And I'm hoping it's not, because then it's really going to be confusing for people. It is supposed to be an in-the-pot swirl of... I usually do a column swirl, but I did an in-the-pot swirl this time. Of a natural, you know, uncolored, brown and purple. And there just didn't seem to be any purple. And there still seems to be no purple. Awesome. The purple just definitely mixed in with the brown. I should have done a column swirl so you could actually see the purple. Because, you know, in the pot swirl, it just mixes the colors together too much. This one has way more crystals on top. So I'm going to test the soap out. And I'm actually going to test an actual crystal itself. To make sure that it's not actual lime, it's just spirit acid. But this one, when I first started doing this one, I wanted it to be that color scheme, brown, purple, and natural, and I didn't have purple. But I had Selene blue, and Selene blue morphs into purple in cold processed soap. So I actually used that to my advantage when I first made this soap over a year ago. And ever since then, since I'm so used to making this soap with Selene blue, I still make this soap with Selene blue. And never had a problem with it. But I guess since I did the in the pot swirl, instead of the column swirl, which is, you know, you get distinct lines, I guess it just mixed everything together. And I'll show you my other soap. My other soap that this looks like, yeah, definitely. My other soap that this looks like, well, that was a wonky soap, is a blend of natural brown and I think a light brown, but yeah, it looks almost exactly like this. Oh, it doesn't even stand up. Guess I'm gonna have to fix that one. This is actually scented in Nag Champa, by the way. I don't think I said that. And I'm not quite sure why the edges are rounded instead of square. That's kind of weird too. I did use less fragrance in this one because Nag Champa is such a strong smell. You don't need, see, this one turned out square. It's so odd. Nag Champa, it's so strong, you don't need to use the normal ratio fragrance to oils, so put that there. Let me show you my other soap. It's actually natural brown and like a light brown. See the naturals there? That was titanium dioxide, and then this is cocoa powder. So this is my Egyptian goddess soap, and this is my Nag Champa soap. I don't like that they have the same color scheme, so I will not be doing the in the pot swirl for Nag Champa again. Oh, also, this is definitely a new cutter I have. I got. This was the first time that it's been on camera. This is its debut. I got this from Bud off of Etsy, and it is wonderful. It is so awesome. I used to not want a wire cutter because I actually enjoyed cutting each and every bar individually, but it was just so difficult getting the measurements right. So even when I would score the soap and everything, it just wasn't turning out right, and I just didn't like it, so I gave up and I bought a soap cutter, and I'm glad I did. Alright, so this is my Sultan's Desire soap, and I definitely used the wrong recipe size. As you see, it's shorter, it doesn't even go all the way up to the top. I did that by mistake. I didn't get to do this one exactly, there's air bubbles, exactly how I wanted, because this one usually has a secret mantra swirl in the center, and I actually use a tool, like an actual tool, like a you know, a craftsman tool. It's like a handle for like a crankshaft or something, and it actually fits perfect in the mold, and in the small mold. And I could just do the mantra, it fits perfect this way, so I could just do the mantra swirl. But because I had this soap in that big mold and I had to use these dividers to divide it, the tool couldn't go all the way down into the mold because it stopped it. So I couldn't do the mantra swirl in this. So there's no mantra swirl in this, but that's okay because it's only 5 bars. So it's not like I messed up a ginormous batch, which I'm happy that I made a mini loaf for the Nag Champa soap, because that's just irritating. And this soap I usually have a darker purple, but didn't make it as dark this time. This is the first time that I've discounted water. I usually don't discount water, just so I can have enough time to do whatever I want to do with the soap. And I found out with this one, I cannot discount the water. So, but now I know with discounting the water with my recipe, I need to take it out sooner. So there's that. I tried to go for a micro swirl on top, but I kind of did too much of the swirl, so it just looks yellow. And the soap bar is smaller because it's smaller, like I said, because I used the wrong recipe. Let's see if it'll focus. But at least the mound on top kind of makes up for it. It would be the same height if it didn't have the piped top. So those are my 4 soaps that I'm going to be taking to the market next week. And like I said, I was getting, I've barely had enough time to do things that I need to do, let alone do the things that I want to do. So, if I've decided, as much as it was really causing me anxiety not to be part of the challenges, because I had never been part of one before, and I really wanted to be part of it, but it was just too much for me. So I'm tired all the time. This pregnancy has been completely different than my first. So, but whenever I get to the challenges, I'll do them. If not, I'm just decided I'm not going to stress out about it. So, but anyways, so there are my 4 soaps. So hopefully I actually have to restock on all of my products because everybody and their mom is asking me for my website, which I don't have up yet. So my Artfire site. So I will be focusing on getting my stock up for that. So that way when I do my grand internet opening, my debut on the internet and opening myself up to the whole country, I'll actually have enough stock to fill orders. So hopefully I'll be doing videos soon when I restock on all that stuff. So see you guys later.